Our health is made up by the decisions we make moment by moment about how we feel, what we say, how we think, what we want to do, be, eat, etc. And it's from there that the big change happens, and ultimately the rewiring of our systems, which creates the well-being. Excuse the hair and the face. I've just come back from the pool, but when divinity strikes and says, you need to do this, you need to do this now. So it was, and I was just thinking, yes, this is exactly how health happens. And it's our ability to, in the moment, pause, even for a split second, and say, okay, what is in my highest good in that moment? And I don't mean state of perfection. I don't mean all of the stuff on social media about getting the bikini body and all of that. I mean, what is in my highest good right now? What is the best thing for me, for the world around me? Because it will be the same thing. If it's good for you, if it's nourishing for you, it will be nourishing for the rest of the world as well. We are mostly living in the illusion that we have to sacrifice ourselves and what we need for ourselves to look after someone else or something else. And having walked that path, I can tell you it categorically doesn't work. It really, really doesn't work. But I have also noticed in walking the path of nourishing myself that sometimes situations disappear, people leave one's life, and it just is that way. But the alternative is usually burnout, when we're sacrificing ourselves for everything around us. We usually end up in a state of ill health if we do that for long enough, consistently. I think many of us are at a point of understanding some of these concepts, but not necessarily being able to employ them fully. Excuse the soundtrack here. Anyone who want to see him? There he is. I know for me, it's definitely a day-by-day experience of checking in and falling on my face frequently as I learn, that thing is happening right now. Because when we can make the change in the moment, that's the magic right there. When we can catch ourselves at a point where we're going to say something or do something or be something that isn't in our highest good, and we can make a shift in that moment. That's the magic. And that's what still starts to build up our overall health and well-being over time. But we have to be patient, we have to be persistent, we have to be patient, and we just have to keep going. And I would say consistent, but when I say consistent, I don't mean it in you've got to do exactly the same thing all the time, because I don't think we operate like that as human beings. I think we fall. And then it's like, okay, I'm on the floor again, let's get back up, take the next step. We've got to forgive ourselves. We've got to love ourselves like there's no tomorrow, because all of that makes up our health and well-being. I think one of the things we do as humans, I was thinking about this recently, is judge. Oh my goodness. And gossip. I was thinking about this over the weekend. I thought I really personally dislike both of those things and have caught myself doing both of those things. And I really aim to kind of rein myself in, let's say, when I catch that happening. I've noticed I am quite sensitive, particularly with gossip. I'm quite sensitive to being around that happening, and very much aim to disengage. I've kind of gone off on a tangent here, but it all makes up health and well-being. So bringing it back to, it's the decisions we make moment by moment that create that bigger change, which causes our systems to rewire, which brings our health and well-being back and builds the house that Jack built, that kind of thing. So what can you do today in the moment? How can you check in the moment. Maybe you catch yourself about to barrel forwards in some way, and just hold the process. Maybe you make a decision about something you're going to eat and change that. And I am not saying don't eat fun food, by the way. That's not it at all. It's always about balance, but nutrition is a whole other video. That's a big topic. I have a lot to say on it as well. I should do a video on it. What can you do today? And as always, if you're struggling, get in touch. I do one-to-one sessions using my clairvoyance, so it's like a clairvoyant reading but a coaching session. I don't do the getting in touch with the dead relatives kind of thing. That's not my wheelhouse. Mine is helping people develop their own clairvoyance and get in touch with themselves using the tool of clairvoyance to do that. Or come and join us for some movement. Movement is a fantastic way to shift energy. Have a great day. Drop me a message if you need to. Bye.